Hi, it's Sam from EMP, and today I'm backstage with Tommy from Bad Wolves. How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I am like slowly waking up, though it is 3 in the afternoon. But yeah, I'm good.
Good. I'm pleased. So I've got a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
Some of them about music, some of them about different things as well. So first of all, let's talk about Nation.
Sure.
So that came out at the end of last year.
Yeah, Nation dropped in, I think, October of 2019, which is crazy considering I think we finished the record in March, but we did it amongst touring all throughout 2018.
Okay.
So we wound up, we did 200 shows in 2018, and then on like a couple of weeks that we had at home, we went into the studio. Then I think over the Christmas break, everybody went back home and then went right into the studio. So it's really cool, man. We had a lot of juice, so we were very excited with all the touring experience. And we're gonna make more music, so that's what we did.
Yeah, that's really cool. How was the whole sort of writing and recording experience of that record compared to your debut?
Well, I think Disobey, we had a growing pains and a lot of time, because I think we worked on that record for almost 2 years and the record was finished before we were signed. So I think it laid down the groundwork for defining what Bad Wolves was going to be as a sound, and then I think Nation is a more mature version of that. I think it was a lot easier because all the guys, we all have this history of being in a band together now, and we've lived together and we've toured together and we've seen the world together, and the bond gets closer, and the understanding of each artist of where they're coming from and what is important to them in a song. So it really and we already know the rules. We're like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, and cool. So it was a lot easier.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, you spend all that time with those people. It's almost like being married to 4 or 5 other guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Yeah,
it's a weird vibe.
It's cool though. It's like it's for somebody. I've been in bands since I was 13 or 14 years old. Yeah. So it's kind of like. People, the best way to explain what it's like being in a band is like watching Goonies or Stranger Things as an adult. All the same things happen, so except true. You're just you're just playing shows, and it's just like a couple of goons, and trying to figure out, not really, really good at what they do on stage, and probably not so good at the other things in life, and just trying to figure. It's like Metalocalypse. Like it's really it really is like that. You're just
Unleash the kitties.
Yeah, literally.
Awesome, man. Okay, cool. So with Bad Wolves, what is your sort of top 3 major influences? What are your favourite artists of all time?
Oh, I think obviously Pantera nice. is one of the bands that really made me want to be a musician. I'm really influenced by the Deftones, and then I don't know, it's a toss up, man. It's there's so many different bands and so many different genres.
It's a tough question, right?
It is very tough. There's a huge influence from old school hip hop from Biggie Smalls and Busta Rhymes and Wu-Tang Clan, and the way that I kind of rhythmically approach vocals. And then there's also the progressive end, bands like Periphery, bands like Tool. Muse is a huge influence, I really just I love artists like Fiona Apple, and I like Lana Del Rey, and
Lana's amazing, man.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I actually have had the fortune. I was fortunate enough to meet her, and I actually had dinner with her.
Right now, you know that.
Yeah. She's awesome. Yeah, a really humble person. Yeah, not really stoked about being famous. She's just kind of like a poet and a singer, and it just all happened. It's just
She's playing in London soon, and I wish I was going, but I'm not, unfortunately. So,
yeah,
I'd love to see her live.
I saw her on her first tour in front of I think 900 people in Irving Plaza in New York City. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
I bet that was an experience you're never going to forget.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, but I also like classic. It's like, dude, I listen to Queen and Elton John and Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, and I don't know, Alice in Chains is a huge influence. Chris Cornell was one of the, there's just so many. It's hard to narrow it down.
That's
yeah.
cool, man. It's good that you're pulling from all different directions instead of being, I am just this particular genre and that's it. Because it can kind of box you in a bit, can't it? So.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's like each different artists do different things for you, Like I listen to Meshuggah and I've been going to see Meshuggah since I think their first tour in America was in 1998 or 99. They played with Dillinger Escape Plan and Candiria.
Oh man, that's like Chaosphere era, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just what is happening here? It's like, oh my god, And then we just played a show with them in the States at some big festival, and we were like, Thomas he's dating my friend Jessica, who's an actress on Orange Is the New Black, and I looked over and he was standing there watching us play, and I'm like sweating. I'm like, oh my god. So well, I still get like nervous around people. I'm like, oh my god, I
think that's healthy, nerd. Man.
Yeah,
it is healthy.
Yeah, so
that's cool. Okay, so what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened on tour, either on stage or off stage? There must be a story there somewhere.
The weirdest thing that's ever happened on tour? There's been a lot of weird things that happen on tour. In this band?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, like, what's a weird thing that happened? Oh, there was a big drama that happened when we first started going on tour, when the band first blew up, and it was 2018, and so we were playing this festival, and so there's a band called the Butcher Babies, and I used to be roommates with Heidi and Henry,
right.
The guitar player and singer. So we're old friends. We lived together in Hollywood. I was in a different band. Like, we've known each other for years and years and years. They were on the bill. Anyway, so basically this. So somebody anonymously was having sex with a woman they met at the festival, a very attractive woman, in the back of the bus, right? And I guess apparently the bus was rocking and everyone was outside hanging out, and Heidi thought it was funny to bang on the side of the bus, right? So she just started banging on the bus, like, as a joke, like, hey. So basically this interrupted the two people who are having sex.
She stopped the flow.
And the woman was like, oh my god, it's my husband.
Shit.
Right? So now the guy and the girl, like we gotta get out of here, and they come run off the bus and like, yo, what's going on? And she's like, so basically, and she was like, oh, I gotta go, and she ran off, and Heidi and the Butcher Babies were all laughing and drunk, and then I came up and I'm like, what's going on? They told me the story, and they're like, oh my god, she was married. And I was like, did you know that? And he was like, nope. I was like, oh my god. And then I posted the story. This is what's even better. I posted the story on Instagram, and some of the guys who were not, the two of the guys in the band had girlfriends, and they weren't even around for this situation, and their girlfriends assumed it was about them.
Oh no!
And so they were in the doghouse for like 10 days. Just it's horrible. So that was pretty funny.
Brutal. But,
It could be worse. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's funny, man. That is funny.
That's pretty effed up.
If you could live in any movie, TV series, or game, what would it be and why?
Oh, if I could live in a movie or a TV, I'd be in Game of Thrones.
Okay. Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
And what else?
I don't know, because I feel like, I don't know. Game of Thrones is sick. And like, I don't know. I would like to be a character like Tormund. I just want to like be a berserker and just kill the bad guys, just like just be like wild and just like,
Yeah.
It's like that's how I feel inside.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's how I feel in Traffic. That's who I identify with the most, Or the dragons. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
Even the ice dragon.
Yeah.
Man, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Just get
She was taking
killed.
down the wall, man. Like, that was a gnarly scene.
Oh yeah, God. Never. I'm not even gonna say. I'm like, when the dragon died in the.
Oh, that was sad.
I was more sad
when he got shot down and went into.
Oh yeah, then when some people that I grew up with died, I was like, well, he had it coming. But the dragon, he's just flying around, man. What the fuck? It's brutal.
It wasn't his fault.
Nah, he was just doing his thing. Yeah. It's pretty fucked up.
Man, I've had a big thing for dragons ever since I watched Disney's Pete's Dragon when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
What was it? The Bogans or the Hogans? They were like, they were the ones who like they abducted the kid, Elliot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and he was trying to escape them. God, that was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, and then remember they tried to capture him because he was invisible. I wonder how they did the effects for that.
I have no
idea. They put the
idea.
big sheet over him, and he's like running around,
yeah,
and then it's real, and they're trying to throw ropes on him. Yeah, I remember
It's an
that.
old film, man.
Oh yeah, it was great. That was great.
Yeah, it was really cool. Oh, good. Okay, cool. You find a magic lamp. What are your 3 wishes?
Oh man,
Keep it clean.
I've had sex with every woman I've ever wanted to have sex with.
Okay.
Period. I'm gonna stop right there. It's my girlfriend's in the other room. I would probably wish for, I don't know, probably $1 billion would be my first wish, and then my second wish would be to conceal from the world the fact that I had that much money.
Right.
And then I would be best friends with Bill Murray. And then me and Bill Murray would just go on adventures together with my fortune and do weird shit.
Can you do me a favor? If that actually happens, can you get Netflix to do a documentary on that? Because I'd actually watch that. That'd be amazing, man.
Yeah. I think Bill Murray's the coolest.
He is.
And then Dave Grohl is second. I actually told Dave Grohl that he was the Bill Murray of metal and rock. Because Dave Grohl does that shit. He just shows up to places and he'll start cooking food.
Yeah.
Well, he goes to a concert and sits in the nosebleeds. And people like this, Keanu Reeves, motherfucker takes the bus.
I heard that Keanu Reeves, when Anthrax got back together, like way back, must have been like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they played the reunion show, he was in the pit.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw Jason Momoa in a Metallica pit.
Really?
Yeah, with Suicide Silence at the Hollywood Palladium. I was in the balcony hanging out.
I would not want to be in the pit with him.
No, he's not that big. He's just tall. He looks big on, listen, I go to Gold, so I see all the bodybuilders in Venice, and like those guys are big. John Cena is a big dude. Yeah.
Big, you didn't,
he's just fucking huge.
You didn't see him though, right?
I didn't see him.
No.
John Cena.
I watched the Rumble last night, man. I'm in full wrestling mode.
Oh yeah, I'm behind. I haven't caught up.
Yeah, it was good actually.
Yeah,
it was cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, if you could be an Avenger, who would you be? And if the fate of the universe laid solely in your hands, do you think you'd win a one-on-one with your mate Josh? Okay, that's Thanos, by the way.
Do I think? What do you mean? As if I was a character? First of all,
yeah.
If me and Josh Brolin got into a hand-to-hand combat in the real life, I don't know how that would go. We work out together. Yeah. He's freakishly strong. And we have the same personal trainer, Justin Lovato, in LA, who I met Justin through Josh. But I don't know. He has that really good fight scene in Gangster Squad with Sean Penn, and he kicks Sean Penn's ass. Yeah, so I don't know. It could be, I've knocked a few people out, but I'm not trying to brag. I don't think it would be. It would be tough.
Would it be close?
Tough. Yeah, it'd be tough. Strong guy. Who? If I could be, it has to be Avengers.
Doesn't have to be. I mean, you can change it if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I think Galactus is sick as a Marvel character. He, the Eater of Worlds. Yeah. And he owns Silver Surfer. Like Silver Surfer is like his bitch, his minion, and the Silver Surfer is like an unstoppable entity that is like that's pretty sick. But if it was gonna be Avengers, I mean, probably Hulk. But not Smart Hulk.
Oh, that was just the worst.
It was an interesting twist because if you do know the comics, they did throw that in there. They gave a nod to this. I had the Smart Hulk series. I collected comics since '92.
Okay. All right.
I have an original Infinity Gauntlet that's sitting in my apartment, and I'm going to take it to get signed by the cast of the thing of the film. But yeah, I have I'm really a big fan. What I'd really like to see is the new Fantastic Four. So for most people who don't know what the new Fantastic Four is, Doctor Doom basically colludes with the Skrull, and they kidnap the Fantastic Four. Okay. And Spider-Man enlists the help of Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Grey Hulk, and the four of them have to go do battle. Okay. And it's insane because they're basically fighting the bad guys and they can't get along. So then they fight each other, and it's it's insane.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'll check that out, man.
Yeah, that's
that
a cool
sounds right up my street.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think that's 93, 94, something like that. Okay. I think might be a Jim Lee. I'm not sure. I'm gonna double check. It might be a Tom McFarlane. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, cheers for the heads up on that one. Thank you. Back to music.
Back to music.
So touring can be extremely boring, lots of travel, sitting around for hours on end, waiting for something to happen. You know how it is. What's your on-tour boredom cure?
Usually the gym.
Okay.
Yeah. On this tour, my girlfriend's been out. She came out for 3 weeks, so she's never been to Europe before, so it's been a lot of like showing her around and, you know, just places I've been before or places I haven't gotten to go, and like actually taking the day off to like go see things, you know, which is cool because it's like, it's interesting when you tour with someone who's never been to a place before.
Yep. It
actually revitalizes my experience because it's almost like taking a kid to Disneyland or like a theme park.
Yep.
Or a zoo. They haven't been there before, so it's like all new, and you're like, oh yeah, this is sick, and it's really helped keep the you know, it's just like it makes everything fresh. So
it's quite interesting if you're touring because you get to see all these places, but sometimes you don't. So you just see like car parks or you see dressing rooms, and it's like, yeah, I've been to that city and I've been to that country, but I have no idea what it's like. And when you do get downtime, it's really nice to sort of just take it in if you can.
I'm one of those people. Like I got to this tour. I came to the tour 4 days before the rest of the band.
Oh, okay.
I don't like playing more than 4 shows a week. Just because like you only live once, and to me, I've seen the inside and outside of every venue. Like they're all the same all over the world. They're just bigger and smaller, and it's really important. Like culture is important to me, and understanding the world and experiencing it. And you know, I had a near-death experience in 2010, and then after that, it changed the way that I saw the world. And I want to, you know, I change everything. Now I eat food I would never eat. And like I'm like, yeah, let's just go. If I'm tired, I'm like, I don't care. Let's go. I want to see this. I want my eyes to take this in. And like, I want to remember this and I want to have this moment. And, you know, so it's cool.
That is actually really cool, man.
Yeah.
It is. What up and coming bands currently have your attention?
I don't know if they're up and coming. I'm really into that band Ginger. They just dropped a new album.
Yep.
But I got into them actually in 2017. I was in Prague and I was working for Zoltan in Five Finger, and we were at a hotel and I was like YouTubing bands, and Words of Wisdom came up on YouTube, and I was like, what? You know, we're like, and that song kind of vocally is like if Randy from Lamb of God and Gwen Stefani had a baby. Like, you know what I mean? A Russian child, a Russian love child, or a Ukrainian love child. And I was like, what is this girl? You know, and then the band is very like progressive, but they're also controlled. And I think they're very like, I just really love what they do, you know, what they're doing. And there's a song on the new record in their native tongue, which I think is really cool, you know, that they went and did that. And they're kind of really ascending the metal ranks, you know. And Bad Wolves is an interesting band because we're like true metalheads.
Yeah.
We're like deep. We all come from extreme metal bands.
Okay.
But in this band we have, you know, we embraced our rock influences from bands like Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Soundgarden and Temple of the Dog and Muse, you know. And it's weird because our records have both. And so, you know, so a lot of times people are like, what do you listen to? I'm like, oh, Periphery. They're like, oh, you know, or like Animals as Leaders, or, you know, Mastodon and Gojira, and, you know, and the other guys are into, you know, Incantation and, you know, Cephalic Carnage. I'm like, Kyle, turn that video, you know, Ohrworm, where the guy's like dick explodes. I'm like, yo, that bassline's sick, but I can't watch this anymore. You know,
if it's under 250 BPM, it's too slow, right?
Yeah, basically, you know. So it's, you know, and I was in a band. I was in a band in Divine Heresy with Tim Young. He's like was one of the fastest drummers in the world for seven years. Yes, he held the record for 7 years, and you know, I played with Dina from Fear Factory and Joe from Nile, who actually just passed away. I just found out a week ago. Really sad, So, you know, it's just so that's the background that we come from. It's funny. I don't really know if we're embraced by the deep metal community because of songs like Zombie. And I think they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, but then we have songs like Officer Down and For Our Friends, Consumerist, and so it's weird. We just do our thing, and
it's a good mix. I think it's a good balance.
Yeah, that's whatever works, you know.
Yeah.
We just play what we like. We're too old to care. I'm just like, whatever. Like,
I think that's the key. If you've got passion for it, man. You know,
yeah.
Otherwise, you're cheating yourself. So.
Well, that's my favorite bands, like Faith No More and Deftones, and they were genreless bands. Like, what genre is that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Deftones just are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Faith No More, well, they're just one of the best bands ever.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, same, man. Same. What's next for Bad Wolves?
Well, we are gonna finish this tour. We play Wembley Arena,
Yeah.
which is in 2 days.
Yeah,
which is,
I'll be there.
Yeah,
Looking forward to that.
it'll be a good one, and we'll finish this tour out, and then we'll go write a third record. We'll start writing a third record, and then we have some dates in the spring in the U.S., festival dates, and then we're going on a big tour with Disturbed.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, so I've been friends with David. David produced like a band that I was working on a couple years ago, and I've just known him for so long, and he's always been like a big brother to me, and we had talked about going out since Zombie came out, and when was the right time, and they got Stained on the bill to do a reunion, and then I got the call, and he was like, "Hey man, it's time." And I was like, "For what?" He's like, "Check your emails." And I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, "All right." Calling management. I'm like, "Yeah." It's like a Sunday. I'm like, "Everybody, ring the alarm." I'm like, "We're doing this. We're saying yes." Because they have to ask if we approve of a tour. I'm like, this is happening.
Man, you have such a blast on that one. You really will.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. It's all friends, too. Yeah. So it's like everybody's homies. And, you know, we're very lucky to get to go out on these things. And, you know, I think, too, because there is a radio presence for us, because we do rock songs, we've become a gateway band. A lot of fans that are fans of us don't know about metal so much because it doesn't get as much mainstream exposure, and so they wind up getting into our records, and then we wind up turning them, which is cool. Which is like, oh, cool. Like, so we're able to like use our platform to share our culture in a wider audience that maybe would not have listened to it, and it's kind of intergenerational too. We have fans that are like little kids to like elderly people, and they're like, sick. We're like, sick. Okay, cool.
It's really cool. You need bands like that because you can't just wake up one day and be like, oh, do you know what? I really like Deicide. Yeah, it's just not going to happen, is it? So
yeah, like Glenn Benton's not going to people knocking on their door like, hey, are you ready to take Satan as your Lord and Savior? No.
He's a Catholic though, isn't he?
No, I don't know. He's got an upside down cross burnt on his head. I don't think so. Maybe that's Tom Araya. I don't know.
Well, yeah, true that. Okay, cool. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for this, man.
Thank you, man.
It's been really cool. Yeah. So yeah, Tommy, Sam, thank you so much. Cheers.
Peace.